The Natural Resource and Engineering Division of the Agricultural Research Council comprises of 2 campuses. They are situated separately but operate under one division called the ARC-NRE. Plaas TV recently paid them a visit to learn more about the research laboratories and the services they render. Stay tuned for more on this, but first, over to Lisa for the latest news.
Elanco, we are driven by our vision of food and companionship enriching life.
In today's news, according to the latest figures from the Zimbabwean Ministry of Agriculture, milk production in the country has increased by 14.3% from 79.6 litres in 2021 to over 91 million litres in 2022. This is in part thanks to government's continued assistance and other support. Zimbabwe, however, still needs to import to meet the initial target of 150 million litres. The latest figures show that milk intake by processors rose by 14% to 74.96 million litres from 65.80 million litres in 2021. Milk powder imports declined by 17% from 8.9 million kilograms in 2021 to 7.4 million kilograms last year. And the Food and Agriculture Organization's food price index dipped by 1.9% in December from a month earlier. Throughout 2022, the index averaged 143.7 points, which is more than 14% above the 2021 average, which also saw large increases. The December decline was led by a drop in the price of vegetable oils amid shrinking import demand, expectations of increased soya oil production in South America and lower crude oil prices. Grain and meat prices were also down, while dairy and sugar rose slightly. Then Zimbabwe imported significantly less maize in 2022 when compared with 2021. This is according to the most recent statistics released by the Zimbabwe National Statistics Agency. State-assisted farming programs help reduce maize imports by 71.3% in the 11 months to November 2022, the latest statistics shows. According to data, the country's maize import bill fell to $31.9 million, down from $111.3 million during the comparative period in the previous year. That's today's news, but stay with us.
My name is Gary Patterson. I'm the Research Team Manager for Soil Science here at the ARC Campus Soil, Climate and Water, just part of the Natural Resources and Engineering NRE unit of the ARC. We work with soils as well as the climate and the water side, but today being World Soils Day, we've had an open day for our soils laboratories and letting the people see what the laboratories do, the various types of analyses that we can do, and giving them an idea of all our capabilities. One of the aspects that we have been recently involved with is this mobile soil laboratory, which uses spectroscopy, a new technique to go and do soil sampling and soil analysis in the field, closer to the farmer, and be able to give them results more cost effectively and allow them to get fertility results from those samples. Also within our laboratory here, our analytical section, we can do standard analyses for soils, for water, for example for irrigation suitability, plant material, as well as other soil ameliorants. We can do chemical, physical, mineralogical, and microbiological analyses. We've got a well-equipped microbiology lab, and we've just recently introduced a lab to look at essential oils, the analysis of those. One of the other initiatives that ARC has introduced within the past year or so is something called Your Soil. It's a comprehensive package where a single soil sample can be sent, and it can be done for fertility analysis for the various soil properties, but also for things like fungi and the soil health aspects, nematodes and other important aspects for the health of the plant and the health of the roots in the soil. That's coordinated by one of our other ARC campuses at Rudderplaat, the Plant Health Institute, but we are active participants in that. So we're trying to make services to the farmers and to the land users easier and more comprehensive, and that's one of the initiatives. Our laboratory has been going for the best part of 100 years, and while there have been challenges, we're busy with accreditation of our various analytical techniques. Started with the water, and we're moving on to soil. We take part in soil proficiency schemes. The one in South Africa is run by AgriLASA, the Agricultural Laboratory Association of South Africa, and there's an international one organized by WIPAL, which is the Wageningen University in Netherlands. And the aims there are to calibrate the soil analyses. We get samples sent to us, which we analyze blind, and we send the results back to them for the proficiency testing to see how our soil information compares with what's expected. And in that way, we can make sure that our service is up to standard. And we're accredited through both of those schemes.
We are here in Silverton, agriculture engineering. I am Johan van Miljoen, one of the mechanization research technicians. Just to give you some background, I started here in 1981 already, so I'm here for 41 years already. We started with biofuel, and later on I went over to the mechanization division, to the implement side, where we developed implements for small-scale farmers as well as for the commercial sector. And then later on we started to playing around with the drones. The two drones you saw here, one of the small drone is actually for photography with a multispectrum camera. So what we can then see is when there's diseases in the field or there's a lack of, say, water, you can pick it up by the multispectrum camera. Then we also have got the spraying drone. What we use it for research at the moment. Actually, it does the same job as for a normal boom sprayer. This drone can do about 8 hectares per hour if you spray the whole day. Also, an advantage of this sprayer is if you did the survey with a camera drone, you can detect where the areas is where there is, say, a problem with weeds or whatever, and then the drone will then spot spray. It will only spray at the area where you need to spray. The drone also got an advantage, you can exchange it with a fertilizer spreader. So you take off this tank, you put the spreader in, and you can spray about 20 meters width at once, up and down, and you can do fertilizer spraying. I will say that for this equipment is for precision agriculture, so you can make it, farmer can make it part of his total system, because if he got a planter that can do variable rate planting, you can then also add this to your system. We also talk about an RTK base station that you set up separately, and that gives you accuracy of about 3 centimeter positioning. So even for planting they use the RTK, but also for the sprayer it will then give you very, very accurate positioning. For instance, when you spray orchards, it will spray, go to on top of the tree, it will spray, stop, it will go to the next tree, spray, stop, until it finishes the whole job. So it won't spray in between. And by doing that, and with the spot spraying opportunity, you save a lot of chemical, and at the end it's going to be more economical to do it like that. So we are still in a starting phase with the research. We also need the drone license, which is about $30,000 to do. The company as such also need a license to operate, like a ROC, they call it a ROC license. So the company, like the ARC, is legally do flying. And then of course you need another license, and that is Afghaza certification that you are allowed to do aerial spraying or any other chemical spraying, because that is part of the law that you have to apply to. So I've got the certificate already. We are now in the process to be able to do the flight pilot license, and then they are busy working with the ROC license so that we do everything legally. As soon as we got that, we can then start doing commercial services. We can spray for a farmer, or we can do research for a farmer legally. At the moment we do it only locally or at for local areas. So we try to start playing with the system and make sure that we get the right licenses at the end to be commercial.
Goeiedag kykers, die eerste termynmarkverslag vir die jaar wys dat die termynpryse van wit en geel mielies asook oliesade effens teruggesak het vanaf die laaste week van verlede jaar. Wit mielieprysverlewering in Maart het met 0,3% gedaal, terwyl geel mielies 1,1% goedkoper geword het. Koringprys het egter met 1,3% gestyg week op week. Sonneblomprysverlewering in Maart 0,4% goedkoper, terwyl die sojaboonprys ook 2,8% gedaal het. Die olieprys het week op week met 'n goeie 8,4% in prys gedaal, terwyl die rand effens verswak het teenoor die dollar met 1,3%, maar week op week met 0,7 en 0,5% onderskeidelik versterk het teenoor die pond en die euro.
Ons stel bekend, die nuwe, sterker as ooit tevore, 165 kW Hilux GR Sport.
My name is Ting-Ming Yu. I'm a senior researcher working at ARC Agricultural Research Council Agricultural Engineering Campus. We are located nearby Silverton in Pretoria. I just want to give some background of all the labs we are managing on our campus. And we have 3 labs on our campus. The first one is renewable energy. We are concentrating on how to make use of the energy on the agricultural sector more efficiently to improve the productivity and to save energy cost. Currently, we are working on some projects like biofuel and solar energy and bioenergy, all that. And then the next part of our lab is irrigation lab. The irrigation lab, we all understand water is quite a basic fundamental for agriculture and farming, and then we need to sustain our water resources, and then we need to make a conservation, how to use the water more efficiently and productively by using the technology of irrigation and drainage. And then we have another lab where I'm standing in. This is our mechanization and tractor lab. We are doing tests and evaluations on the tractor engine performance, and we are also doing in-field tests to evaluate the fuel efficiency and the fuel performance by matching different tractor and different implements. And that will give us a lot of information how to make use of the tractors and the implements more efficiently. And the engineering programs, they are very important for agricultural sector. And we all know mechanization is a major part of your farming production, and use of water and with the irrigation system provides us a lot of resource saving, and then we save a lot of water as well with that irrigation, well-designed irrigation system. And now we are facing energy crisis because we are in short of fossil fuel, and that's why the renewable energy is also becoming so important to our agricultural sector.
Welcome to today's auction calendar. On the 24th of January, the Pine Grove Merino stud sale at the Farm Pine Grove at Dordrecht in the Eastern Cape. Op die 2de Februarie, die 21ste Prieska prestasie getoetste veldram veiling. Dit vind plaas by Oranje Rivier Voere by Prieska. Op die 4de Februarie, die Bosvelder Studiegroep Elite veiling by die Warmbad Veemark op Bella Bella. Die 9de Februarie, die Tigani Bonsmaras aandeel veiling op die plaas Goed Vooruitzicht by Hartbeesfontein. 11 February, the Wayside Stud Sales 10th anniversary at Wayside Farm in Francistown, Botswana. En ons laaste veiling vir vandag, 15 Februarie, die Donne Merino Telersgenootskap se nasionale veiling by die Botaniese Sportsgronde op Graafrenet.